The opposition is alleging that the Pran Pratishtha ceremony is taking place in an incomplete Ram temple. Do you agree with this allegation? Here it's interesting that a lot of the respondents in the poll actually think that this is correct. They're in fact agreeing with the assertion that this is happening in an incomplete temple. So let me take you through the responses to this poll. 36.4% of overall respondents said that the opposition's charge of the Pratishtha happening in the in an incomplete Ram temple is correct. So they felt that that is important. That's the biggest number there, 36.4. 35% said no, it doesn't really matter. No, the charge is wrong. It doesn't matter was 21.1%. Don't know was 7.2. Now this is where I want to go across to Anila Singh. The fact that the Pran Pratishtha has happened in an incomplete temple has rankled 36.4% of the respondents in the overall survey, not just amongst opposition voters, even just amongst overall voters. 36.4 felt that the opposition's charge of doing the Pran Pratishtha in an incomplete temple is correct. Anila Singh.
My Ram Ram to all, and eventually they will understand the Pran Pratishtha done in Garbhagriha has been performed in a proper way, in the guidance all of learned Purohits. So nothing is wrong and they will understand it, because opposition has done so much of propaganda. नहीं, अभी मंदिर पूरा नहीं है, प्राण प्रतिष्ठा कैसे हो गई? I mean, as if any Tom, Dick and Harry, he was trying to portray himself or herself as a Purohit, as a person who has got all the gyan of all the karma kand. The reality is the top people in this field, they were consulted, they were of one view, and then this event of Pran Pratishtha has happened. So let them say whatever they say, the opposition and the people who are saying, the voters who are saying, yes, it should have been done once the temple was completed. Then I would like to tell them they should go and see what happened in Somnath temple as well. When Pran Pratishtha event happened, at that time, whole temple was ready, or Pran Pratishtha was done. So this is a field where experts' comments matter, and I think the rest who doesn't have proper knowledge about it, they should spare themselves.
Sanjay Jha, what are you making of the first two responses on the issue of the Pran Pratishtha itself? 43% of the respondents overall felt that this is a celebration for the nation, which has been your mood, but not that of the Congress party and most of the other opposition parties.
Rahul, there is no denying it is a very historic and an emotive occasion for the majority, I think, faith in this country. We are a majority Hindu country, and therefore that people are feeling euphoric or celebrating is a very natural human sentiment. But I'm a little astonished as to how a seasoned veteran like Yashwant, whom I respect enormously, made a rather disingenuous statement. He said that there were 3 people from the BJP. I mean, Anandiben Patel is been a former leader of the BJP in a state, and he forgets the presence of Mohan Bhagwat of the RSS. I mean, Mohan Bhagwat representing the RSS there on that occasion is a significant message of the ideological, political combine at work. I mean, that to me is the most conspicuous, extraordinary presence amongst the other politicians. Everybody knows the UP Chief Minister, Modi himself, and everybody else is a politician. So the opposition is completely justified in saying, listen, this is a sacred event. It's meant to be highly sacrosanct, and it need not have become a saffron project, number one. Number two, very important, I do believe, Rahul, that the Hindus in this country are essentially a very tolerant community. I think people within our community, and I am part of the Hindu, religion, and a very proud one at that, I can tell you this, that people are religious, they're not communal. And everyone here, I think, that I have met, while celebrating the occasion, are also very disappointed that the Shankaracharya's statements, which I think nobody can ignore, that the BJP has just trampled over it and gone ahead and pretended as if everything is hunky-dory. They did mention that the Pran Pratishtha was against the Dharam Shastras as they deem it fit. They also talked about the Ram Navami occasion coming up, which I think I think Mr. Verma mentioned it before me. But more important, they said it did not have even been given the impression that this was being used as an electoral ploy. I think these are larger moral questions that individuals have to decide for themselves.
Okay.